The story begins around late 20s, I think 1927. A Raleigh police officer opened a small grocery store on the corner of West and Jones Street here. His customers convinced him to start serving steamed oysters. After Prohibition ended, it was the first place that you could buy a draft beer in a cold frosted mug. Thad Ure Jr. and his partners reestablished the 42nd Street Oyster Bar in 1987, and we've been shucking a lot of oysters since then.
The main thing with seafood is freshness. I mean, the coast is just a big part of North Carolina in general. I mean, you can be in Wilmington in under 3 hours, and how good seafood can be when it's fresh and especially locally sourced.
The more that we can purchase local products from our community, the better off everybody is.
We get a lot of our oysters from Virginia and the North Carolina area. Scallops are from Roanoke Island Seafood Company. They're just a delicious scallop. They're beautiful. We sear them here and serve them with a garlic butter pan sauce, and it's just a really pure, clean tasting scallop.
Well, a great part of our dining experience is the atmosphere. We have a large oyster bar that spans the entire restaurant. It almost hums, if you will, on a busy Saturday night or Friday night.
It's just a fun, fast-paced environment. If you come here on a Friday or Saturday night, it would be hard-pressed to find an employee who was not moving at top speed. We have a station where the sole purpose of those guys is to shuck raw oysters. I mean, we probably go through, a rough estimate would be 3,500 a week. That's a lot of oyster popping. It's really a fun dining experience. Seafood's better with a minimal preparation. When possible, as simple as possible, and just to let the taste of the seafood come through. East Coast oysters are going to taste completely different than a West Coast oyster. If it's your mud and your water salinity that you're in, some have a real salt-forward taste. You can try, maybe 6 different varieties and experience something different in each oyster. It's like we have a Watch House oyster right now from Virginia that the finish on that is a cucumber melon finish, and it's amazing. We participate in the North Carolina oyster shell recycling program. They take our oyster shells that we use here, and then they dump them back into the sea for other oysters to spawn and attach, and that's how you grow new oysters. Continue the cycle so you can always have that good product, for the long term.
We recognize wine is a very important part of the dining experience, and the last several years we've worked very hard to try and have a world-class wine program. One of the reasons we come to work every day is when somebody leaves with a smile on their face.
I think everyone really cares about what they do here. We try to provide a good product and a good service, and try to just really cater to the guests and make sure they feel like the most important person that's here while they're here, no matter how many other people are here.